Hello everyone, back with another pick a card reading, and again to do with the Lionsgate, because we are now in the time where the energies are really strong, and they will continue to get stronger. And we also have shifted from the Cancer period into Leo now. And that actually in itself was quite the shift. That would have been on the 21st or 22nd of July. And like Cancer was really smooth and gentle going, or gentle flowing, easy going kind of, and I've done so much myself without really getting physical troubles even, which is quite something for me with my hypermobility and my neck issue, etc. But I've done so incredibly much, and it all went well. Everything went just well. It was just smooth and flowing, and then we got into Leo, and all of a sudden, like, things weren't working out, and this was difficult, that was difficult, not necessarily with me, but with communication with organizations, or, just all of a sudden that it had changed. And that's because Leo is not so easy going and easy flowing, right? Leo is fire and far more active, and yeah, so that was quite a shift. But after a few days, or 1 or 2 days, that smoothed itself out again, for me at least. But in that sense, it does mean that the smooth sailing is done, right? Because we are in Leo now, and that goes together really well with the star lions of the Lionsgate. So the easy stuff from Cancer is gone now. So the smooth sailing in that sense, it can still be smooth sailing, right? It doesn't have to be problematic. That's not what I mean, but it calls for different stuff now, because we are in Leo, fiery Leo, and that's what this reading is about. Like, I called it smooth sailing is over, and now what? Right? And well, smooth sailing, like I said, it doesn't really mean that everything now gets problematic, not at all. But we're just going to look at what you can expect now, what you should do or don't do. And I'm just working with the tarot cards for this reading, 3 tarot cards. And 3 choices. And to the left, I have, sulfur. In the middle is Rosofia. And to the right is Eye of the Storm. And Eye of the Storm sounds very turbulent and chaotic, and actually that's the complete opposite of what the stone does. What the crystal does is a very soothing, calming, it's an embrace almost. It's a completely different energy. So I like it as well. I bought it the other day, so I haven't had it for that long yet. In any case, please make your choice, either the crystals 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 2, 3. It's the first card of each set that I put in there, so you can also tune into that. And then I will see you at the choice you make, right? And see you there. Right. Yes, we're going. Numbers 1, your cards, your 3 tarot cards. Starting with the Page of Pentacles to the left. For you, this period is all because this is all about this coming period, right? It might change again within a week or whatever, but for now, where we are headed towards the Lionsgate, this is your reading. And with the Page of Pentacles, it's about new beginnings and feeling very excited and enthusiastic about that, about creating something new or feeling renewed. Can also be like that, right? Because whatever it is, it can be tangible, but it doesn't have to be. But whatever it is solid and stable as long as you follow your inner guidance and your heart while you are doing it or building it. And again, I want to underwrite that it does not have to be a tangible thing. It doesn't have to be in the eyes of the world, of society, how things are measured, a huge endeavor, but it may be huge for you, right? So, and others may not even know about it, may not even see it, but it can be tremendous big improvement or new thing for you in your development, for instance. And then other people might not even see that or know about that, but you do. So it can also be that. It can be tangible and a huge, like buying a house or whatever, or starting a business. But I always want to underwrite that it or emphasize it is not necessarily always that. It can also be in the small things, right? That for you are big, but yeah. Anyhow, and to other people, it may look, if they even see it, it may look like a candy house, right? Because that's what we see here. And but you see it for what it really is. And you have a vision in your heart, and your joy is in it for sure, because this is that playful child, right? The page. And you might just be having fun with it, frolicking and being joyful as you build this new thing, because you're so enthusiastic and it comes from your heart and it's your dream, and it is all about your true north and following that and going in that direction. But because you are having fun with that, being enthusiastic with that, other people might think it's just a castle in the air, just a candy house, and that's it, right? Because normally in society it's you have to work hard to achieve something, but that's just bollocks. But that can happen. I'm not saying that will be the case for everyone, but that could be, right? But you have a vision, and you know what it is all about. And that's what's important. So if whatever you're doing or want to do or busy with, and you get criticism or judgment, or people don't understand it, like, well, you should do this, that, or the other, because then you have a stable income, for instance, right? Then yeah, just don't digress from your path. Everyone has their own path to follow, and this is yours. And the ones who do resonate with you, yeah, they will understand, and they will see the beauty of you and of what you are creating. And I've often said that in many cases, it's exactly the people who love us the most that often are, try to hold us back, because they want us to be to have a solid, stable life and income and security, etc., etc. And in their loving concern, they might actually they'll hold us back, right? So don't let that happen. Anyhow, we move to the King of Wands now. And this was about having a vision, and the King of Wands also is a visionary. So that comes up yet again, even though this is Pentacles, this is Wands. And the King of Wands, that energy is what you have as well, is a tremendous, very pronounced power. And he has his own inner power. And there is this dragon here that you can see that he's channeling out of his hands. And I see that almost like the candy house with the page. This is also your vision, what you are making and creating. And there is a similarity with that dragon, that inner vision. You see this for what it is. Others may see it as a candy house, and it's a similar thing. The king is passionate and is creative and a powerhouse, right? Because he is the master in that sense of the suit of wands, which is all about that creativity, passion, activity, etc., etc. And he is king, so he mastered all that, and he's a leader, and oftentimes just a natural leader. You know, you may even think when you hear that, like, what, me? No, I'm not a leader, but that's exactly the people who often are true leaders. You know, that's not from an ego, it's just a natural thing. Because you have that passion and that power and inspiration, etc. Because apart from all, or on top actually, of all that he has and is, he also sees the abilities and talents and in other people. So he also is very supportive of them. He does that because he's compassionate too. He inspires them, motivates them, stimulates them. So it's a really warm energy in a sense, fiery, but also very warm. And the king tells you that to go through life, and at least certainly right now during this phase, because that's what this reading is about, with a sense of direction and foresight, to stick to your goals, which also came up here in a way, but it's stronger because this is a king, right? So stick to your goals, to your dreams, what you set out to do. And if there are new opportunities, then assess them first. That's always a good thing to do. And so then you can also see and just by observing common sense, etc., what challenges there may be and how you can overcome these challenges. So it's kind of like making a plan, knowing what and how to expect, how to go about it. And then when you know that, when you have that quite clear, then go for it. And without taking your eyes off your true north, right? Because that's important. At this moment in time, you are really quite limitless. You have a lot of power and wisdom. And so put that to good use for yourself. And then we go to the Pentacles 10. That's what you will see and feel as well, more and more. And that you are able to take care of yourself. And that's not necessarily financially, right? It can also be emotionally and mentally, possibly even physically. Right? If you have had troubles or something and you now are better able to deal with these physical ailments or troubles or whatever, then you are also better able to take care of yourself. So it needn't be just financial, just so broaden your mind in that sense, right? It's about having a solid foundation, a stable foundation within yourself. And now for some, this is likely not for everyone, but for some it might ring true. This can also mean breaking free from the past, from a pattern. That can be a family pattern, but also or traditions, right? It can also be your own old ways of doing or thinking. It can also be a big change in your social life or your love life. What it basically is about is anything that will set you free and then enable you to take care of yourself and provide for yourself. So whatever that is, there can be all kinds of different things, right? It will be different for everyone. So, but that can also be the case for some of you, that it's about that comes into play as well. And in a way, it actually makes sense, right? If you are going to create something new and really going for that you also have to leave something, you have to shed something. That's also in tune with what the Lion's Gate is about. And it doesn't always have to be unpleasant or scary or whatever. Sometimes it actually feels really good to shed something. It's liberating. It can be liberating. And if it is scary, or if it does hold you back, like, oh my God, I'm not certain if I can do that, if I want to do that, what if I, and it really literally can be anything, it can be even like quitting smoking. And that can be very scary because there was a reason why you do that, right? And but whatever it is, don't be afraid or worried about it or anything. But just look at these people here. They're very friendly, they're very welcoming and warm. She's even kind of like come on in, like that, with her hand, making that movement, right? And she reminds me, and I'm going to tell you this because that's what this card can be about as well. When I was a young child, often when I was laying in bed, I heard voices. That's when your brain waves begin to alter, right? When you get tired. And then I often heard a group of people, but the main speaker was a woman. Now, I could hear them very clearly, but I couldn't hear exactly what they were saying because it wasn't loud enough. And that really annoyed me because I so wanted to hear. And I wanted to be there because it felt so familiar. It felt home. It felt like I want to be there. I want to go there. I want to join them. And that was my soul family. I didn't know that as a child, of course, but thinking back, I can still feel that. It was so warm, just this feeling, basically. And she reminds me of that woman I could hear speaking. It was not scary at all. Soul family. And that's what this card can also mean. That you will start to feel more connected to your soul family. Maybe you will meet people at this time, soulmates and etc. So, yeah. And all in all, a very beautiful reading. I absolutely love it. I hope it resonates with you. And I will see you again soon because this is what I had. It goes so fast. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye. Right, numbers 2. Your reading, we have from left to right the 7 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and then the 5 of Pentacles. With the doors, 7 of Pentacles, there are a lot of options and choices. Like, you can choose a door to go through. And but you haven't an idea which one to go for, which choice to make, what decision to take. It feels really very chaotic. Overwhelm is what I get when I tune into this. You can't see the forest for the trees, and it only seems that way. But for now, it really is best to wait. Wait until you have clarity, more clarity inside. Then you may know which choice to go for, what decision to make. And who knows, there might even be a different option appearing out of the blue. Because I strongly feel with this card for this reading now that it's not going to be any of these doors that you see. It's going to be something entirely different. Maybe there's a door behind you or right next to you, or that you're not seeing because you got this narrow view right now. You're just looking at these doors and with kind of like a feeling, I must choose, I have to choose, I must choose which one I'm going to do. Like, actually, you're basically kind of blinded. You can't see what's next to you, behind you. So it's best to just wait. Right? And the reason you can't see right now is that you've been staring at what is right in your face, right in front of you, for too long. Then you kind of get blinded. So maybe you have had to make a decision for quite some time, and maybe you feel forced or pressed or stressed to do that, and it's just not right to go for it now. It's really better to just wait. You need a break. You cannot and you should not force it. And that break, which is represented here by the hanged man, that will just take as long as it takes for you to get whatever this is about out of your head and to relax. And I feel a lot of muscle tension here. And that may be subconsciously. You may think like, what, me? I haven't got tense muscles. But often when we feel pressured, we hold tension in our shoulder muscles, for instance. We pull up our shoulders and then just relax. You have to relax these shoulders and relax your body, and so you get out of that state of stress, because it's affecting you physically. That's what I feel. I really feel that kept coming up as I was focusing and tuning into this reading, this muscle stress. And that's not good. And that's because you're mentally focused, mentally trying to, I must do this, I must make a decision, I must make a choice kind of thing. And you can't really relax the muscles, truly relax the muscles, if your state of mind is still so stressed. It doesn't work. So you have to get out of that stress first, and then the muscles will automatically begin to relax. They will follow. And then when you're there in that state, then you can look at the situation with fresh eyes. And maybe then you can actually feel like, oh, hang about, I can turn around, I can turn my head and see something else. Maybe it isn't one of these doors at all. Right? Maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. Right? So, but as long as you want to will it and force it, it's not going to work. You could just kick one of these doors open, maybe, and make a decision, but then you will come to regret it. It will not bring you what you want or need in the long run. It's not really going to work out then, not for the best. So truly try to relax and let go of it for now. Surrender and feel the relief that it can bring you when you shift into this womb state. When you're in the womb, you are held and safe, nourished and protected. And so it's really, you have to, with this card, then bide your time. Also this, by the way, bide your time for now in the knowing that you have enough and you know enough to get through this. And because here, you can see that here, they do have things still, right? They have a warm blanket, they're not alone, they have some food. And it also is very important that you do not get in this state of victimhood and feel rejected, and that you have to do it all by yourself, and I have nothing and they have everything, and blah blah blah. Don't go there. That will not help either. Right? You have to really, that's also not surrendering and relaxing. Right? And it can be that there is for now a phase of scarcity in whatever way. That can be financially, it can be emotionally, it can be scarcity is not necessarily just that. It can be many things, right? But you do have enough to get through this. You know enough to get through this. And so that would help to, if you could shift your focus to what you do have. That helps. And it can also indicate, this card, and that might not be for everyone, but for some it might, that you are ill or currently are having or experiencing then physical problems. It's funny because these muscles came up there as well, but this card can also indicate illness or physical issues, right? And if that is the case, it certainly isn't the time to forge ahead, as doing that will only drain your energy further, and it could lead to making the wrong choice in the long run, as I already said, right? So whatever the cause of what's going on, the message is to wait, pamper yourself, relax, take your mind off what is happening. And yeah, I just keep feeling and even seeing tight muscles. And yeah, like I said, that's what happens when you're stressing yourself out. So no matter what's going on, this will pass. So for now, be patient, rest, wait, and bear in mind that pausing may seem like a delay, but slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So maybe you should make that your mantra for now, if all this resonates. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So this is what I have for you. And again, remember, it will pass. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Right, number 3, your cards. We have from left to right the Hierophant, the Judgment card in the middle, and here we have the Ace of Wands. Starting with the Hierophant there, you have a rock solid foundation on the inside that you can always rely on and go back to if need be. I mean, look at that tree trunk, right? It's solid as a rock. And that allows you to become more active and to venture out there into the new with the Judgment card. I feel that. I feel movement there and action, venturing out and doing things. And that would do you a lot of good right now as well. And I feel that many of you who chose this set will have that urge to do things, new things I'm talking about, not the same old. It's new things, exploring new things, action, movement. And that can be as simple as changing certain routines, going on hikes. It can also be actual travel to other areas. It just can be anything and everything, small, big. It will vary for everyone. And it doesn't feel, I want to stress that as well, because you can also think that maybe, oh, I'm going on holiday, right? No, it's not that. It's not 100% recreational. Although there will be joy in it, but it's more, there is a deeper craving behind this, what you want. It really is a craving, an urge, a longing. And again, that doesn't mean it isn't fun and enjoyable, but it's not just about joy and, so in that sense, it's not about exploring a new pub or something. It's a deeper thing. And there's also balance in Judgment, apart from rebirth, because it is about rebirth, right? The Judgment card, but there's also balance, especially with this deck, because the Hunter is the one who keeps balance in a part, an area of nature, by making sure that one species doesn't overrule another one, because that would disturb the natural order of things. And normally wolves fulfill that role. They take out excesses of herds to keep the balance, which is also why, for instance, they can sometimes kill cattle, sheep, or whatever, right? And then farmers are angry and we must shoot the wolves, but the wolves actually doing what it is supposed to be doing, keeping the balance. And if there are that many sheep, the wolf thinks, well, okay, that's damaging to nature, I must restore the balance, and then it kills the sheep. That's why it then does not eat that sheep. It's not supposed to kill for eating, right? For food, it's supposed to not necessarily. It kills to maintain balance. Now, since we have chased off most of the wolves in the world, hunters had to do that because all of a sudden we were stuck with too many deer, too many this, that, and the other, and then we need huntsmen to take care of that problem that in the past wolves used to do. So don't see that as a bad thing. It is a good thing. It is maintaining the balance of natural order. And for this reading, I feel that balance for you, because this is also about you, otherwise I wouldn't tell all that, is for you that balance is mostly within you, within yourself. And that is related to the strong foundation of the Hierophant, right? Because having that foundation means you also have that balance, and you can maintain that balance when you venture out into the world, because you have this foundation. You don't get off kilter that easily. And it also means that from that inner balance, you automatically treat others and situations fair and just, equal, in a more down-to-earth way of speaking, that says that you are simply pleasant to have and be around. You're not judgmental, even though this card is called Judgment. Right? But the thing is, normally speaking, judgment is from the ego. Oh, she's really fat, or that kind of stuff. That's not from the heart, that's from the ego. It's not fair, it's not just to think or say stuff like that, right? It's just an example, of course, but this is the non-judgment is from the heart. It's just, it's fair, and it's basically being able to judge as you go out in your endeavors what is good for you, or who, and what or who isn't. And there is no ego involved in that. That's an absolutely beautiful thing, right? We need to be able to discern. Some people simply don't complement us, aren't a good match for us, or some situations. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, and with the Ace of Wands, hang about that. That's important as well, because I feel such a high energy with this reading. In the Judgment is basically with that about shifting back into the flow of your higher calling. Is you have to be very high vibrational in order to be able to do that, right? To what I just all explained about the balance and the judging and stuff. Otherwise you can't do that. So you're moving back to your higher calling, getting in the flow of that. And yeah, that's what's happening for you right now at this time. That's really beautiful. And with the Ace of Wands, we see a rekindling of the spark of joy and passion. And it's an ace, so it's also about new beginnings. And this is also expansion of doing or finding things that resonate with your soul, craving a deeper change, and already feeling that things are in motion. And that's where that urge comes from, that craving that I spoke of here with the huntsman, because you already kind of feel that on the inside. So you're headed towards a life-changing period that is deeply rooted in your inner truth, closer to who you truly are, your authentic you. And in that sense, it's also a time for soulful action and self-expression. Yeah, it's pure, high vibrational. It's just wonderful. I really love this. Absolutely love this. And I have one more card. The other set had 3. Sorry, for you a 4th one came out, so I will remove these because of the glare. And that's the World card, and I'm getting the book with it for this card. And I will read that. It's absolutely it's the pinnacle of this reading, I feel. This card represents the peak of a soulful journey. So it comes up again. When the stepping stones of your path join a brilliant completion, because the world is about completion of a big cycle. It's not a small cycle, it's a big cycle in life. After all that you have gleaned and built along the way, you can now look back on all your accomplishments and take the time to celebrate and rejoice. This is the ultimate success and spiritual fulfillment that nourishes your heart beyond mere physical needs and limitations. This goes much deeper. You have become wiser, softer, and more awakened, which delivers a newfound awareness of what you would ultimately like to do next. You have worked through the trials and tribulations, and you have grown in resilience and strength, becoming a powerful co-creator of your own story. This dynamic energy replenishes your confidence and illuminates the future with shimmering possibilities. There is much to look forward to. So that is the message of this card. And that's what you can see here as well. And again, the venturing out, right? He's leaving this deer, is leaving the woods behind that are known to him. And he's venturing out into the world, into new green pastures. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. I hope you loved it. I hope it resonates as well, because this is absolutely high vibrational reading, this one. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.